your mama.
Nah, facts. Let me. Oh, you got it. You got. Oh, okay. That's dope. You
It's
got the.
supposed to
You
change
Yeah.
color, but you can't really see them.
I see it a little bit.
Boy, you like a goddamn wrestler. Like you going to the ring and you about to wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and shit. Like,
And make sure. Oh, we live. We live. It's working. Let me
That's
do all
right.
the
I do
likes.
it. I do it.
Figuring conspiracy shit out. We on time. It's Wednesday night. Boom. Get the book. It's still out there. Go ahead, get it. There it is. It's Elusive Perspective. Y'all been seeing it. Appreciate
Yes,
all the
man.
support and everyone getting it. We got
I'm
King
sharing this
Lawson.
before. Y'all
King
know what time
Lawson
it
in the
is.
building. What's good?
Unify, and motherfucking thrive. We here, 2025, halfway through the year. You ain't got your motherfucking life together. You about to get it together because next year gonna be Trump gonna be feeling himself. That nigga gonna be 6 years deep in the presidency, boy. You know what I'm talking about? He gonna tell that, hey, you're confident when you did that shit 6 years. By year seven, that nigga by year eight, he not going nowhere. Y'all feel me? They already look. This ain't on top, but they already got a special election in Florida. Talking about so they paused it to 2026. They supposed to be having an election in 25 for Congress and Senate and shit and mayors and shit. They gonna try to pause that shit and push it to next year. If they get 1 year pause, them niggas not leaving.
That ain't my timeline, but
What up? How you feeling? I
oh
went in for a
shit.
second.
he's
That was a
straight.
little bit, something to get the people something to listen to, man. A little truth in what we speak, nothing more, nothing less, but more importantly to alert the public about what's going on, man. That's all we here to do. We just
Trying to
want
spread
y'all to like
awareness.
shit. You know what I mean? Follow me on TikTok, Spoken Words 82. Hold me down, show me some love on my page. But
Oh
other
no.
than that, y'all, we here to let y'all know what it is that's going on. Some of you may know what a little bit about it. For those who don't, please pay attention because this shit is not
Mm-hmm.
natural.
Yeah, and all we're doing is we just trying to spread awareness of things. You know, what I'm saying at the end of the day, this is for entertainment purposes only. We don't know shit. We think we know shit. We might be hitting some shit. I know we get censored a lot on different platforms. I know YouTube fucks with us. TikToks fucks with us. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But this is all entertainment purposes. And we try to tell you the real, and then try to do a spin and try to do a positive spin on it, so you can stay light and love. But don't take this stuff and don't run to the hills. You know what I'm saying? Unless the elites doing it. I'd say this: when the elites are running to the hills and acting crazy, that's when you could panic. You should panic. Somebody's
well,
trying to tell
well,
me
that's
about.
Which is
Go ahead.
that's how they trick. That's how they tricked niggas in the '60s. That's how all the niggas was building them bunkers and saving up motherfucking food and shit. And here it is, 2025. Them niggas ain't getting nothing. The closest thing they got to a war was goddamn 9/11. You heard me? So that's a
but
trick. That can be a trick too.
I don't think the bunkers is for no wars. Honestly, that's
You
the
think so?
hide from that's the hide from the natural disasters that's being caused. So they've been building bunkers for that purposes mainly, because they know ain't no war coming here, man. Just think about it. Nobody's letting off no nuke. There will be no nuke let off in our timeline, the next timeline, or the timeline after that. Nobody's doing it because when that happened, that is the end of the world. It's not going to happen. So they down there getting these bunkers ready because they got the water flooding from here, they got the fire coming from there. All these tornadoes and hurricanes and soon to be tsunamis and volcano eruptions. They got their fucking animals leaving Yellowstone. Picture that. They had the bears. The fucking bears are packing up and leaving, grabbing a honey and getting the fuck out of town. What's going
He,
on
he
in
said, he, he
Yellowstone?
Not the
said, he said,
honey.
the honey with a
The honey
They grabbed the
jars.
honey. Man, listen, no bullshit. The people are literally lined up watching them leave and ain't taking no type of heed of what's going on. If you
So
see
look,
bears leaving an area,
that's
guarantee some
crazy.
shit is about to happen.
Hey, look, I remember when COVID, when my bad, when the X came through, you know what I mean? When the X came through, my mom was like, and it was just some old ass ancient wisdom that was just so duh. Like she was like, if the fucking trees outside still, What the fuck we worried about? And I said, damn, it can't be that bad, huh? It can't be that fucking bad if the bird is still chirping, the motherfucking frog is still flying, or however they doing, the trees still out there. Yeah, frog fly, nigga. You heard what I said. But y'all know what I
Hey,
mean. When the animals staying put and they acting like ain't nothing going on, then it's fine. But when they get the mass migrating, you know what I mean. You might want to take heed.
this
Nah,
would
I
have
didn't even
killed you,
know that. I
cuz.
didn't even know that shit.
Look, when they told you that they only affect humans, the
Oh,
animals thriving out there
Mind their
and
business.
doing their thing. We running around here covering our face up, jabbing
Matter of
and
fact, look,
stabbing.
I
the
mean,
animals are probably like, what the fuck them niggas on? Because just imagine, it was like a year, it was like a whole year when the people outside. I know the animals like, man, them niggas,
yeah.
what they doing? What the fuck they gonna do?
I remember. Yeah, they showed like mad deer and goose and animals.
Thriving,
Yeah, they were actually
promise.
coming out to the cities, looking
Yeah,
around like, what's going on. That was
I
funny.
am legend type
See,
shit.
man? That let you know. Look. That let you know right there. It wasn't natural.
Yeah.
Because animals don't react in that way when it comes to natural phenomena or something that we would consider to be natural. Because they get the fuck out the way. Like I tell people, you never see animals floating in a fucking flood unless it's your household dog. You don't see deers. You don't see no beavers, even though we know they can swim. But you don't see no animals. But you will see humans sliding down the motherfucking river because they don't know what the fuck was going on because they waited for the news broadcaster to tell them. That's why I said the animals, to me, animals are all knowing
Yeah.
when it comes to nature. They're all knowing. They ain't got to wait for a broadcast to know it's time to pack up and leave. They get them moving. They getting
I didn't
up out
even
of there. You
I didn't
know what
even
I'm
know they
saying?
were doing
That's,
that.
yeah, that's
Boy,
great. You ain't seen it? Bro,
Mm-mm.
that shit was crazy. At first, I thought it was like an AI picture, but then it showed to the real shit. And niggas is in cars watching. And bears don't even travel in pack. When you see 30 bears moving, I'm scared. You hear me? I'm scared. And they're not bothering you. 30 bears together
exactly.
moving.
That was that part right there, cuz.
That's
They didn't
weird.
bother no fucking body.
They
And them
ain't bothering
people was
nobody.
posting shit to them bears. They was lining up getting the fuck from over there out of the Yellowstone area.
I'm looking for a video
Look for a
because
video.
I have not seen this shit.
That's
But
crazy.
because animals got this, like, that's how you just imagine having a natural instinct to. The bear go to sleep for 3 months at a time, 4 months at a time, right? And they'll get his food, go find him somewhere nice and safe, and be asleep for 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Birds go fly 100 million miles to go mate. Fish swim upstream, fighting bears to go to a particular place. And ain't nobody got to tell them to do none of this shit. And so when you see a mass movement of animals, it's naturally inclined to do so. And if it ain't typical behavior, it's natural behavior. You know, if it ain't something they typically do, it's the natural instinct to saying, "Oh, let's move this type of way because something, whatever the case may be." But they say Yellowstone used to be a goddamn volcano, so
Of course.
Yeah,
And you
that's
know,
crazy.
it went with them to let that motherfucker erupt. Maybe they want the area. You know, we know what happened when they really want your area and what they're willing
right.
to do to come in and take your area. No
Katrina,
hesitation. You know,
Katrina, Hawaii.
and call it a natural disaster only because they know through saying it's a natural disaster, the only way they can take the people from the land without paying them. See, other than that, they
Yep.
can't get you. Once FEMA step in, now they can take the land without having to give none of the native people or anybody on that land anything for it. So of course they'll send something through. I mean, shit, that's the way they've been doing it since the fucking Tartarian times. Flood that
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker. They don't want it. They don't want to share. They don't want to give. Hey, send some mud through there. Send this big ass fire through there. You know what? Send the flood. Let that shit drench, and then we'll come in afterwards, clean it up, and do what we do. It's nothing that they ain't been doing, and the shit is really ramping up because you look around. I mean, shit. In the last week, we've been on a flood watch every day.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
Every fucking day, we flood watching, and Texas. Oh man, underwater. You don't never see videos of Texas flooding and being underwater from fucking rain. I mean, the people on their porch with their phones looking at their cars being submerged. Where's this shit coming from? That's not natural. You get what I'm saying? And people want to quit to say, "Oh, global warming and global warming." No, nigga, they're warming the globe. That's what they're doing. They're doing it by itself. They're doing it purposely because they know what they can do with ions and what they can do with putting shit in the stratosphere and hitting shit with frequencies and getting reactions out of it. These people play, man, they play this shit every day. Like we said, people wake up every day finding a way to find a way to fuck us in some form or fashion. And this is what these people do.
God damn.
Hey, so look, here you go. I got a book called 1492. It's supposed to be about the land over here. You heard about it?
I heard it.
Yeah. They was basically talking about the land and how it. So basically, the Indians did certain stuff to the land to make it habitable. Like so, on near the rivers, they would build the dams or whatever, or in the forest, they would literally set fires to acres and acres of forest on purpose to help it get some rich nutrients and stuff like that. But it's like they knew that these areas flooded, right? They even did shit to stop the rivers from eroding parts of the land, right? So this information was already been known that parts of the world do these things on a cycle of however long, right? And so when the people who know that put heavily populate or densify, what's the word I'm looking for? They put a lot of people in one area, right? They already know that these type of events are gonna happen in here because it happens every 50, 75, 100 years, like clockwork, you know. So again, when they know that, they just, you know, add a little fuel to the fire and make that shit even a little bit more dramatic.
Yeah,
that's exactly.
So what y'all think is what's going on with this cloud seeding and HAARP and this weather modification? They doing that same thing to us?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you're spraying silver dioxide into the atmosphere, you're gonna get a reaction along with aluminum. I mean, and then and you're hitting iodine, my bad. And if you're hitting it with a frequency, you're gonna get a reaction. You're gonna get man-made weather is what you're getting. And they say, well, we're helping, you know, because there are places that need the rain and the droughts. But my thing is, if you was helping, why when there's fires burning, there's no rain pouring? So you mean to tell me during those times you can't make the rain come there and just wash that shit away? But you can. So like Cuz said, you're riding the wave of you know, this happens every 50 years and you're amplifying it to the fact that you're taking literally lives along with it. I mean, shit, we just almost 200 people died like 2 weeks ago in floods and shit, and they couldn't even find it. Texas, come on, man. And like I'm saying, you're getting heavy downpours in area that it doesn't rain in. So we know exactly what you're doing. we see what's going on. You get what I'm saying? And I tell people, I say, I'm glad I live in Norfolk, in our area. We have the biggest military base. They would not flood this area. Just pay attention to that. We get a little rain.
I mean, Norfolk's bad for flooding already. Every time it rains heavy,
Norfolk not catastrophic to where niggas die.
The last time we had something like that happen, it was almost like 15, 20 years ago when the fucking underpass were flooded. That was it.
That.
Other than that, and we sit so far below sea level, it's fucking crazy. That's why we can get 10 minutes of rain and we got flood, but we never get that constant downpour where shit, we going days and days and days and our cars are submerged in water. I love the area. And I tell people, I listen, if you want to be safe, this is like one of the areas to be in.
Go do a military time. Look, Norfolk just, and I think they trying to build a flood wall. Like they got $100 million or something like that.
I saw that. Yeah.
I don't know how much they got. They trying to build a flood wall, right? But it's like they clearly know something going on. But we talked about the cloud seed before too. Remember, Dubai. Remember Dubai? Dubai. They was, you know, dry as the desert. They was getting the rain. It rained, and then next thing you know, it was flooding. Like you seen motherfucking Ferraris underwater. Like it was flooding, and it flooded for a while. It was like, you know, a couple of days or a week or so, and it was crazy. But we all can concur or speculate that it started from the cloud seeding. Like that amount of rain in a desert ain't natural, even though a desert at one point in time was an ocean, right? But that was hundreds and thousands of years ago. Now here we are. It ain't about to turn back to an ocean in 20 years, in 10 years, or 5 years, right? So I don't know, man.
They just started using it as a tool now, a tool to be able to wipe out an area, come in, basically weather gentrification is what I call it.
Oh
Weather
damn.
gentrification. They can come in after they done gentrified it with rain, fire, whatever they wanted to use, and take your areas. You get what I'm saying? And do what it is
Mm-hmm.
that they want to do with it, even if they just want to take the land back. Because you got to understand, if you sold an area and you know in the next 10, if you just say if you know in the next 5 years, if the land was all yours, you're standing to make 100 million. But if it stays in the hand of the people, you may make
10,
30,
20.
40, or
Yeah.
something like that. You're
A
Right.
gonna you,
fraction.
this is what you're gonna do, yeah. Because you have a project, you have a formula that you can engineer and make shit happen with. I mean, and
So
can do it at will.
right. So
You get what I'm
what's
saying?
the pushback? So we if we know this, we have the conspiracies, we have the theories, we see the pattern changes, we see the issues. How do we push back? Because I don't know if y'all saw this or whatever. Florida recently passed a bill that said they can't do chemtrails in Florida no more. You know what I'm saying? That's like the first time I ever heard something like that. Like a state actually passed a bill that says no more spraying in our skies, whatever they're doing. I don't know if it addresses what exactly it is or what's the language in the bill, but basically it's like no more spraying shit in our skies. So isn't that do you think that's a right way to look at it moving forward? Like if states start doing shit like that as a sort of pushback, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it would if the silver oxide was coming out of the planes. That's not what chemtrails are. See, that's the thing about it. You have two flights up there being dropping off shit. More
Mm-hmm.
than likely, the chemtrails is full of aluminum. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sprayed in the stratosphere, which cloud seeding is not the same as chemtrails. Can they
Okay.
go hand in hand together? Yeah, but do they need chemtrails in order for the cloud seeding to work and do what it is that they're doing? No, you
Uh
don't,
huh.
because it's you spraying two different things. So I look at it like this: is really nothing we can do about it as a people unless everybody do something
So
in
look,
order
Hey,
to,
hold on.
so yeah, so I
huh?
pulled up this is this thing about Florida. So like it's crazy. I think I think this is a positive in the right direction. So there's a law. It just passed. It just started actually. It's been in effect since July 1st. So it's only been like 2 weeks that they saying basically Florida's like, look, they got penalties for violating this law, include 5 years in jail and
Mm-hmm.
fines up to 100,000. Basically, no geoengineering, weather modification. They're basically making it a felony to release these chemicals. Now,
Right.
my question is, okay, that's great, that's nice, and is a step in the right direction. But how do you enforce this? How do you get somebody who? How do you know who's doing this? You know what I'm saying? If you see a plane in Florida, fucking spraying, okay, they're breaking the law. It's not air police, the Air Force. Like, how do you enforce this law? How do you get them? How do you find out who's responsible? If supposedly this whole thing is a conspiracy theory and nobody knows who's doing it, nobody, we
Hey,
don't
Frank.
have the answers.
Let's put your screen back up, Frank. Put your screen back up, and
Okay.
let's take this a step further. Go. I just did this. That's why I was laughing when you pulled it up, right? Because I did the same thing you did. Now look up, are chemtrails real? So
Mm-hmm.
before we go there, look it up and see what Google says. Let's show it, right? Show it on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just read that Florida is stopping chemtrails.
Mm-hmm.
But as Google ask it, is chemtrails real? And watch what it say.
Said the term chemtrails is associated with a conspiracy theory, claiming that aircraft intentionally released. This is what I'm saying. Like, information is so contradictory, bro. Like, why would
It's,
Florida draft a law, sign it? It's an actual law today. Like 2 weeks
but they
Right.
ago,
not,
it's a real
they not
June
law.
no
20th. June 20th.
they not the first, hey, Flop. They're not the first to ban it. They're not the first. They're not the first state. I can't think of which one it is, but they are not the first state to ban it. Pull up the first state to ban it. The crazy thing about it is, just because they ban it doesn't mean that the law would be enforced. Because think about this:
Also, it's
if
theater.
we already, who was it?
No, I'm saying it's theater. Tennessee.
Tennessee,
Yeah, but
Arizona, Louisiana.
the thing about it is, them pushing a law against it. We already under the speculation of who we believe is using this type of technology because everybody don't have that to their disposal. Not your regular average Joe. So if you're up there cloud seeding, you have permission to be up there. By who? Those who are in charge.
You got a plane, you
So,
got permits, you got money, you got something.
come on, man. I mean, y'all got a law on pedophilia and y'all still letting pedophiles go. So what are you saying?
True.
That shit,
That
it
that goes to
doesn't
my
matter.
question on how do you actually how do you enforce this?
Enforce.
Like you a cop or you a person of authority in Florida. You're in Florida. You look up, you see in the sky, you see a plane, you see the chemtrail. How do you get them? How do you find them? How do you find where they take off? How do you find where they land? Do you send like a plane up there, a helicopter? Like, how do you enforce it? It's great, but again, I think it's great that there's a law. It could just be theater, you know what I'm saying, to like appease the people. Like, oh yay, now it's against the law. Like, but like you said, that doesn't mean it's going to stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's all it is. It's nothing but theater because that's just something to appease the people. You get what I'm saying? Hey, let's put a law on it and make them think that people's being and they probably even make fake arrests. 'Cause I told you the movie is in real time, so they will do that. They have crisis actors that will be, hey, you know what? We caught this person spraying chemtrails, and you know he's not gonna tell who he's working for, but he's going to come on, we already know how they go. We'd have seen this show so many times. It's nothing you can show us that we haven't seen. So just law putting something out as a law, I mean, shit. Look at the things that has laws behind it now that's still broken on a daily basis. That shit is like a band-aid. Or just what we could say just for show. Just like I said, just to appease the people, to get the people off y'all backs because everybody now wants to know what is being sprayed into our atmosphere, and we're breathing this shit all the time. I mean, go back and look at a Prince. Prince made a video back in the day saying he used to wonder when he was little when he used to see all these lines being sprayed across the goddamn sky, and all of a sudden everybody fighting now. That shit is crazy, man, because they can put anything in it, and we're breathing it, and it's not against the law. But you want to protect us against a virus, but you can't even protect us from the same shit that you're spraying in the sky. And do the research on the shit that they're spraying and how harmful it is to your body.
Right.
Come on,
Hey,
man.
so and to touch on your law point, right? So just remember, it was a law that you could beat a slave to death. You could beat a nigga to death. That was the actual. You have the power to beat a nigga to death. So don't forget. Don't forget who making the rules. It ain't. It's not a individual. It's a whole system, a whole conglomerate, a whole village, a whole goddamn plethora, conglomerate of motherfuckers on the same page, on the same wavelength, on the same attitude. You know what I'm talking about? Annihilate, stifle, destroy, and if they're not with us, get with us. What is it? Lay down or get down?
Get down and lay down. And every July, we should go every July, we have a new set of rules coming in. Every July, new law. How are y'all making laws every year? These shits are not laws.
They are deleting some laws. Because that's a lot.
Yes, they're deleting laws. They are deleting laws. Why? Roe versus Wade. You can't get abortion no more. Yes, they are deleting laws. They said they don't.
There's no laws, cuz they're not the laws of the land. None of that shit is the law of the land. Reason being, this is some shit that's been propagated for benefit monetarily for them because they know they can gain from this shit. So they implement shit only to take and make us feel like they're policing, but you're really further suffocating us in this motherfucking system that y'all got us in, which y'all extortion. That's all it is. pure extortion. When you see the police sitting on the side of the road trying to get people for speeding, nigga, that's extortion. The law of the land don't say if I go over 55, I should be fined. That is not no law, no land. That's some shit that they
On the
made
road
up.
though.
DMV. Look at DMV. DMV is a whole motherfucking court system in itself. That has nothing to do with the judicial branch at all.
Oh no, you
What
gotta look at
what,
we
what
gotta look at
judicial branch
Emporia.
does a traffic judge fall under?
Emporia. Look, you gotta look at Emporia.
Come on, man.
It's crazy
What are
that
you doing?
the whole state know when you get to Emporia state lines, you better slow the fuck down because they gonna get you.
And they done got me a couple times, dirty motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? So you see what it is. These people bring in new laws, like, and it's funny though, because the ones that pass and advocate are never subject to them. So we see what's going on. You passing laws to people that you feel needs to be governed. Every year you bringing in something new. So them making a law to ban chemtrails is a fluke to me, because like you said, if you Google it, it'll say basically there's no such thing as a chemtrail.
Yeah,
Right, and then
But
for
but then
me,
they got lost.
how do they have to explain in the language? Like I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but I am a wordy person. I'm curious how the language is in the bill. Like if you're writing a law to prevent something or say something is illegal, you have to be descriptive, right? You got to define things. You got to make parameters, all these things. My thing is, how are you writing a law that's supposed to ban this when chemtrails is still believed to be a conspiracy theory and not a real thing in the first place? And then, like you said, we just showed Google saying chemtrails aren't real. Yeah, we got laws banning it. I'm just curious how the language is.
Hold on, real quick, Flop. Now ask Google, why did Florida ban chemtrails? It's all about what you ask that motherfucker. Now ask him why.
And look, and so and while he typing that up, let's remember these the same niggas that locked niggas up for 40 years with marijuana. Now we got marijuana legal, and only we can get 4 dispensary licenses or something for a county, and it ain't nobody who was selling weed who they locked up for the shit. Ain't nobody come home. Ain't nobody getting no reparation money. Ain't nobody getting any time back. But these niggas out here making millions of dollars on the same shit they locked the nigga up for.
Exactly. This shit is a never ending cycle, man. We're dealing with people that owns it all. So
while Frank pulling up, shout out to everybody watching, man. If y'all on the Rumble, on the YouTube, or the Facebook, man, like this thing, share this thing out, talk to us, man, because we just out here trying to figure some shit out. We just don't understand. We understand. I'm trying to get some understanding. You hear me? The Lord saying everything you do, get some understanding. You know what I mean?
We're trying to get to the bottom. We're trying to find out who's doing this shit, who's pulling these strings. Go ahead, Flock. I know you found it.
So no, it's just basically saying it's a bill. The reason is constituents of the bill, the people that wrote it. So basically, the people were going to their congressmen, senators, or whoever. I think this one is a senator. So it was in response to the people, constituents. I guess in Florida, the citizens were concerned enough to make a senator present this bill and get it passed. But again, it's the way it's describing it. It's all fluff. It's like, yeah, well, chemtrails aren't real. They've already been debunked. So it's almost like they're saying the bill's real. It was signed. It's passed. But it's unenforceable. I mean, the way I'm reading it, it's unenforceable, and nobody's gonna take it serious. So that it's almost like, again.
Come on, hold on, cause ain't no way in the motherfucker y'all gonna let. And so again, if one person go in the place and say, "Hey, y'all, I think we should do this," and there's 90 other niggas there that say, "Ain't nobody say no, that's crazy. That's use our brain power to do something else. Let's use our resources to do something else. There's some homeless niggas over there that need some food." These old ass abandoned buildings need some reconstruction. These roads is fucked up. These schools is fucked up. These people in touch with the boys. Oh, this nigga want to wrestle with bitches. You get what I'm saying? Like, but we want to talk about some shit that don't exist, that's not real, that doesn't matter. So what we doing?
I don't know. I know what do is this them taking their dollar from your ass on build road. But look, it's crazy. You build interstates that you use our tax money with, and then you line the interstate with state troopers to take the money from us again. Man, this man, think about it.
That's state and federal government. Everybody
all they do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I said, how do you win in a system that's really set 100% against you, and you're trying to find any loophole that you can to try to even ease through this shit. But the loophole at this point, the loopholes are fucking. They ain't even loopholes no more. Them shit's getting smaller and smaller. You can't even goddamn see them.
They knew the
You get
hole.
what I mean? They're attacking you from each and every direction. So it's all about keeping you off balance. So they got to do that. And
Hey,
it's like I got to make sure they can't escape. I got to keep them. I got to.
that's
I'll
how. That's
flood them.
how.
I'll burn them. I'll do what it takes to keep them trapped. Whether, like I said, whether I got to flood them in or burn them out. You get what I'm saying? I got to have them in some type of
Look,
way.
that just reminded me of like when business was being, getting popping, or capitalism or free commerce, right, was popping in America. Who's the nigga to say, "Oh, we're gonna tax his money"? We can go find out this nigga sold 15 sheep and I need 10% of that. Who did that? Like, cause I know the first nigga that said who got taxed was like, what the fuck are
Kings.
you talking about?
That was royalty. Kings
That
and
was royalty.
queens and the elites of kingdoms. They the
And
ones that
now nigga
started that
gotta
shit.
hide. I
And
gotta hide that. I gotta hide that I done sold the 15 sheep. And the nigga who bought the 15 sheep, he don't want to say nothing because he got to pay tax on the money he just spent already.
mm-hmm.
What we doing,
Yeah,
man?
nah. Don't get me
I
started
said,
on taxes. Don't get me
Let's
started
do
on
it.
taxes.
It's that time. I'm
Tax.
paying. They got to pay personal property tax on the car I ain't drove in 5 years. What we doing?
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, because you don't own it. It's nothing. You only
That
thing
shit
you
ain't even
own
registered.
is
That shit ain't even registered, bro. It's sitting outside. Anyhow.
you own your toilet paper, your toothbrush, necessities. Only things
Yep.
you
Basically,
buy.
nothing. Anything that you're not taxed on, you buy it once and you're not taxed again. That's what
Tax.
you own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Right.
that's the
Buy the
clothes you
crib, you
put
got to
on
pay
your
tax on
My
it
body.
every year. That's
PlayStation
crazy.
5. I think I own
Yeah,
my PlayStation 5. That's mine.
you know, yeah, and not this ain't got nothing to do with this conversation, but the Bitcoin giants
Mm.
played everybody. I'm gonna tell you how.
That's not even real
We
money.
ain't going back. We're not going back there.
It's
No,
not real money.
just this one little piece. No, I'm gonna tell you just
Wells,
this one little
Wells,
piece.
if you ain't
I
here,
did some digging. Did some digging, cuz they bought them coins at a fucking dollar. They know we are in the biggest wealth transfer in history, going from paper to digital. So everybody that bought into these coins made them motherfuckers billionaires. And these are all the elites who knew that the wealth transfer was going to a fucking coin. And we just basically handed over them everything they fucking needed with this wealth transfer. Look into it. I
but
dropped some videos on my page.
we still to this day we can buy in though. With the little monies we got, we can buy in and hold and try to reap the benefits on the other end. You know what I'm saying? But you got to
Yeah,
get
they
in.
didn't mind that part though. See, but the thing about it is that they didn't mind that part. But had we been smart enough, we would have beat them at their game and not bought in.
Oh no, but they
Because
don't
all
need
they
us
did,
to. They could have bought in for themselves. They could
Oh,
jack
yeah,
the
it's enough
price
of them.
up just
It's
by
enough of them. Yeah,
buying.
yeah. No,
when it did what it did, if they had bought in for themselves, because some of them did. But with everybody pushed and starting to jump onto it, it amplified it, which made them niggas billionaires overnight due to the fact that I told you, once they cancel and pull out, that's it. Because that's the whole mainframe of the scheme from the pyramid. Because they're going to pull out. And then they're going to hit you with that one fucking currency after they done swiped everybody money. It's coming. I
So
hate to be the bearer of
I don't think they're gonna pull out because I think
to come to
the
one coin.
I think the transfer to digital is happening, and fiat is gonna fall. Fiat is gonna drop to zero. That's why they moving into that. So then, okay, fiat's gone, the dollar's gone. Now they're on the crypto, they're on the digital, and they already have so much of that. They accumulate so much of that. So for them, it's like life as usual. You know what I'm saying? Program moves on. So that's what I think. I don't think they're gonna sell their crypto to buy back into fiat because I think fiat is what's out the door. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Dying off, and they're gonna stay there.
it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. No, they're not gonna. They're not gonna sell it back into the fiat. They're gonna go to they one world coin, which means
Oh,
any other coins out here exactly is gonna be xed out. which means everybody that bought into all of these different variety coins will lose because they're gonna take all the money and go to their one currency. Remember this. It's called one currency. There's not gonna be this coin, this coin, this coin. Brixton already started printing their fucking money. Okay, understand that too. We are being everything, all these distractions around us is to distract everybody from this wealth transfer that's about to fucking take place. It's 100%. That's what's going on. That's where everybody, as far as the elites and all the billionaires, have put their money because they know the world is going to a currency of coin. And that's it, to be able to sustain in the market when it comes to the money, because bricks is printing. Bricks, you see how many bricks dollars it is to fucking one American dollar. So you see what's going on. They had to trap the money. Pay attention. People got bank accounts. People got money in the mattress. People got money in the wall. If I'm taking all that money and I'm putting it all into crypto, now they know who has it. They know who has all the money. You're not hiding it anymore because it's not credible if it's in your mattress and you're using crypto. You feel what I'm saying? You got to catch it, man.
What about
they throw that out there, Cole?
What about the people who build their own community, right? And they can just do exchange through their own, right? Because that's what a lot of them coins are. You know, some people got their own community, and they allowing people to exchange whatever currency for their currency and using it within their community, right? Kind of like Nicole Murphy we talked to. She got her barter black, and she got a barter bucks. Right, so she just made her own little system inside her own little community. So everybody going there, but you do got to exchange one currency for her currency. But once you get her currency, you can use it within their ecosystem, right? So how you feel about that? Like, because yeah, they can make the Bitcoin.
Yeah. Huh? How big are you gonna be able to establish yourself off your one setting of coin and what you're doing only in your community? Because
you can,
your money is not going to be no good outside of your community. So how are you going to get the goods to come in? You can't even purchase them.
But you can get people in the. You sell shoes, he sells socks, I sell t-shirts. I'm taking my money outside to bring my t-shirts inside. And so now when I'm inside, you got the bucks to buy my t-shirts. I got the bucks to buy your shoes. He got the bucks to buy the socks.
So that means everybody that you're basically saying, a lot of people going to be on a different. Everybody that's not with the one currency will have to be on their own individual currency, though. In order
I ain't
for
saying everybody, but if you some of these people who got decent sized followers, some niggas got, and I ain't even just talking about 1 million followers on Instagram. Some niggas got real communities where hundreds of thousands of people come and participate every day, week, month, right? Sell shit, buy shit. You know what I mean? So they able to do it. What's up?
What happened to Oklahoma? What happened in Tulsa? What happened to Oklahoma?
Yeah.
What happened to those thriving businesses? What happens when you build a community that's thriving? What happens?
Gaddafi.
Infiltration.
He said
and
Gaddafi.
control.
Yeah, you about to get us banned, bro. Chill. Chill.
Oh,
Chill. Still doing it today. They're not gonna let you do that. You get what I'm saying? They're pushing for a one world. The idea sounds beautiful because I would love to be a part of that because I want no dealings with what's about to take place. So of course I would be down for that because I'm always against the grain. That's me, period. So I will rock with that. But I know that with that going on, you will have to be completely cut off. You're not going to be able to get no resources outside of your community. They will make it so you can't. Literally, completely. You basically
With Tulsa, but you make a good point because Tulsa and them, they didn't get any resources from outside. They cut their own trees down. They cut their own trees down. They built their own banks, own school, own grocery stores, own suits, tailor and shit. They made their own dye, their own hospitals. Now I'm with you.
So no, you're right. When you create your own system, right, and it gets big enough to where you're not dependent on their system, that's when they come for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's fucked up. I mean, and it's sad, but
But what, Frank? You
How?
gotta pick a side, Frank. You can't
No, no,
stand
no.
on the
I'm not
fence.
talking about picking sides. I'm talking about
Okay.
how do you do that? How do you build your system, your community, and break off, and at the same time protect yourself from
That shit.
invasion, from attack. Like there's gotta be a way to
From
do both, right?
infiltration.
You can't just build your shit and then just be vulnerable and get murked. You know what I'm saying? There's gotta be a way to.
They'll use people in your own community because they're gonna tell the people in your community, yo, we about to burn that motherfucker down. If you want to be a part of what we about to redo, we need you to do this, and people will fucking do it. That's the
So it's
only one
hopeless.
thing about people
It's
that,
either
and
you in the matrix or you're a bum on the street. That's what you're saying.
no, it could be some. It didn't even have to be them. It could be somebody that helped you start this community shit. We didn't see. Come on, man. I can name the people that have helped stab other leaders in the back. That's been right there
Okay.
standing with them. These people would do it because if they're having meetings with you, saying, you know what, I see y'all got the community going on, but it goes against everything that we're goddamn we're trying to do. So we're going in there and we're gonna take it down. Now, if you want to be a part of what we're going to do, and you don't want to suffer along with everybody that's going to suffer there, this is what I need you to do. I
Cause
need you
they
to
gonna
make
suffer.
sure this person is in that position or in this area. So when we come through, the shit goes down the way we planned it to go down. Infiltration. They good at that. The CIA the best at doing
Don't
that.
look. This movie should be more popular than it is. The book should be more popular than it is. The Spook Who Sat by the Door.
So
If you
they
don't know what the Spook Who Sat by the Door is, go look it up. Go find some
uh-huh.
information. Go figure out the fuck going on. And then Nipsey Hussle brought it back a little bit in the rap
Yeah.
song, but it went over niggas' head because the Spook Who Sat by the Door. It's infiltration. You know what I mean? Like, and they let that nigga come in. He went to CIA. He played the game. Went home, real back to the hood. And them niggas said, man, what the fuck you think you doing? Who you think you
Man,
is, dog?
they took the fruit off the street, man, and made us bad, man. Just think about that, man.
And took the
Just
seeds out the fruit so you can't grow your shit. You know what I'm
And
saying?
then
exactly.
planted male trees to
So
pollinate the motherfucking
think
drug.
about that. Then what can you start or try to achieve if they don't want you to grow your own fucking food? Then you need
We gotta
food to
come with
be
some
able to
answers,
thrive.
y'all. This is depressing. Every
They say,
goddamn week.
it's crazy enough. You can't eat now. Now they done took the seed. They done took the seeded grapes out of the stores. Now that
Well, I
shit
see
is.
great, bro. It's
I can't
It's only one
find no
brand.
more.
It's like I always see red or black.
The globe ones, the purple
Yeah,
ones.
yeah,
They used to have
yeah.
them shits in the international market for the last 2 months. You ain't seen them. Everything's seedless.
Well, you
Inside
in
of
it?
that,
Well, I can say I'm further north where it's less people, right? So it ain't I can find seated stuff, but I can understand how Norfolk, Portsmouth, 757, or
Cities.
Atlanta,
Major
right?
city
Yeah,
areas.
and urban places, right, can make it hard to find some motherfucking nutritious food. Food deserts are real.
corporation, yeah, because corporations shipping shit in instead of small farmers. See, when you move out there in the rural areas, you can get shit from like farmers. You know what I'm saying? That grow their own shit.
I
When you in
I
the
had a peach
city,
day was out
everything,
of this world. I had a
everything.
farmer's peaches out of this world. And me and my look, it's crazy, but me and my girl was talking about how we ain't had no decent peaches or plums, right? So I go to the farmer's market and we got some peaches, and I was like, oh, this is different. And you could tell the difference. Like
Yeah,
it, because I haven't had a ripe peach or plum out of a store in a while. I got a gem from farmer's market, that's why I'm going back. I can't wait for tomorrow.
not only that, that bitch be all this goddamn big.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking man, stop it, man. That ain't food. I don't know what that is, man.
GMO. That's
Yeah,
GMO.
they don't
Hormones.
pump that shit. So just understand the people that we're dealing with when we see the way the world is going. Like I said, these people want to be able to control everything. Y'all done took over the weather. Like I said, understand they can give you a 7-day forecast. Granted, they go from the previous years, from years to years to years, but
Pattern.
understand when they give you days that it's gonna rain, they not giving you that shit from no fucking year ago. They're giving you these rain days because they know that on this day it's set to rain. They don't know the future, and ain't a satellite up there, well, ain't a weather balloon floating around up there can see in the future to see 7 days from now that can give me a 7-day forecast.
I thought that was they average it out. So they take like the last few decades and they average it. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like July 17 tomorrow. Every July 17 for the past 20 years, they take the average weather. So if it was sunny, it's gonna be sunny tomorrow. You know, that's what I thought that they used to do. Well, I don't know shit. So if it
Check this
rained
out.
most July 17th, then they're gonna say, okay, tomorrow chance of rain. But I don't know. I don't know how to if that's I thought it was
I'm
average.
looking
Hold on real quick. How can they give you the times though?
Because they average out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, when they say it's gonna rain, they're gonna start raining about 12 o'clock and give you
yeah,
the percentage,
yeah, I
fifty
don't know.
percent.
weather predictions are here though.
Well,
Weather predictions are made by collecting current atmospheric data. Atmospheric data, so current atmospheric data. So what's the atmosphere doing now,
Hmm.
right? And using computer models to simulate how atmospheric pressure will evolve over time. So they're using
why?
data as a number and shit, but I get it.
But
And
understand
so
why?
listen, hold on.
Go ahead,
And
cuz.
I'm a data person. Frank is an information data person type. So I understand how if they got a formula, right, of the air is this wet, right? The air
Humidity.
is this cool, right? The humidity, the pressure. I can understand how when that comes together, we're gonna get this, right? I understand creating a formula from actual data points. That makes sense to me. I,
Hmm.
I get that, right? But it's also on some old Minority Report on some old like I can predict that a nigga gonna do something because he went to school here, he ate here, he drives this. So 9 out of 10, he's gonna behave in this type of way, right? So
Hmm.
they've been doing that data point shit for a minute, and they got that shit down to a science. But it's more like they just know what kind of points to look for to create the formula, right? So
That
that's
makes
just
sense.
and normal niggas don't be
And
knowing.
they don't
Yeah.
never say it's going. They don't say it's 100%. They give you the percentage. So like they could be wrong too. You know what I'm saying? They'll say it's 50% chance of rain and it won't rain. So they're just still in the
Mm-hmm.
right technically. You know they say it's
Mm-hmm.
100% chance. So if it's
Too,
fifty
but it be
fifty, you know.
yeah. It's more. No, I wouldn't call it 50-50 with them though, because a lot of the times they're spot on when it comes to when it's gonna rain, what the temperature's gonna be, and so on. I mean, like I said, you're telling me the temperatures was gonna be in 7 days. You know the exact temperature and how high it's gonna get on that day.
With the
The
highs and the
low.
lows, yeah.
That's because you're the weather manipulators. We know this. You can't give me nothing else 7 days in advance that's going to be accurate other than the weather. What else do they give us, or what else can they give us other than the
I mean,
weather?
they could tell hurricanes. You know, when you get when you get a hurricane season, they could tell you when hurricanes coming like 2 weeks out.
That's all dealing with weather though. That they all control again, because now we just went through cloud seeding. If you're not controlling the weather, what are you cloud seeding for? And you go back to watch when we've seen Forrest Gump and all the rain that was coming back, and then after seeing that movie and talking to old veterans back there, they were talking about how basically the U.S. was able to make it rain
Hmm.
to pull people out of the holes that they was hiding in,
Yeah, I
and you
remember
can
that.
that
No,
information is
that's a
out
fact.
there.
That's a fact.
So
And that's the
they've been
'70s. So imagine what they're doing now.
so that is that's how you're able to give us a fucking 7 day forecast. Why? Hold on. My thing is before basically y'all was able to do that, how was they able to tell the weather the next day, the day before, or whatever the case may be? What system did y'all run into or stumble into? Because all the technology is old technology, really. You get what I'm saying? It's just manipulated a little bit better now, but it's still old technology. So what did y'all run into that could give y'all this forecast up to 7 days, and only seven? Why not 10 days?
Oh
Why
Hmm.
no,
not
they
12?
no. So they got some pretty extensive predictions, right? You can go get a find. You can find a 10 day, 12 day, 15, 14 day Jimmy out there. It's for sure. But again, it's just more. It's just data. It's just data and charts and analytics and just a whole bunch of data points.
Yeah,
Kind
man.
of right. So that's one part of it. But also the seed cloud seeding CEO has come out and said they was cloud seeding in Texas before the shit popped up. He's not claiming responsibility for it. He's not saying, oh, we did this and this is why that happened, but shit don't coincide for no reason.
I mean,
So we
shit.
need some positive though. We gotta leave the people with something positive.
Get you a boat. Get you a boat and get you a firefighter's uniform. A firefighter's uniform made out of the same shit that the uniform is made out of, nothing less. That's what you need to be able to cope and survive this. But no, on some real shit, people, I mean, the world has come unpredictable. So you never know what to expect. So all I can say, look for the best but expect the worst. Only reason why I'm saying that is because things have kind of ramped up. You know, I be trying to look for positive solutions to give people, but sometimes when you try to keep people positive, they kind of balance themselves out a little bit, and then they don't have that intuition to want to do anything else. You get what I'm saying? Because they feel like they okay. I think positive, nothing's gonna happen. Also understand that you can't have positive without the negative. There are two that coincide. So understand you have to focus on the negative just as much as the positive, because knowing the negative keeps you in the now. Knowing the positive keeps you kind of somewhat flowing, but still not able to grasp what's really going on because you're trying to block out all the bad shit that's maybe coming your way. Like your positivity is just going to take you above all this shit. It ain't always like that. You have to
I
look
don't
at.
know. I disagree. No, I disagree.
I'm talking to his ass.
No, I disagree. Positivity, I mean, it will do just that. It will take you above. You will ascend beyond the problem to a reality, to a timeline where it don't affect you. You know what I'm saying? Like you could go outside and look up in the sky and see sunny clouds, the sun, beautiful puffy clouds, you know what I'm saying, and not see a chemtrail ever. And then your neighbor can go outside, look up and see all the chemtrails. You know what I'm saying? So it's about perspective. You know what I'm saying? You can attract, you can change your reality by how you think, how you perceive things, and you can have somebody right next to you who's in the same reality as you, but in their own version that's shitty. You know what I'm saying? I see this all the time. I talk about it in the book, Elusive Perspective. It happens. It's out there. I'm a firm believer in law of attraction and all that stuff. And even knowing things doesn't mean you have to be a victim to it. You know what I'm saying? You could believe in chemtrails, you could believe in the weather modification, you could believe in all these things, but it doesn't mean it has to, you know, inundate you and make you feel like you're a victim and you can't do anything. You can't live your life. You can't live a full, happy life. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where they get you at. Yeah, the conspiracies are out there. A lot of them are dark, you know what I'm saying, and make you supposed to make you feel powerless. But if you buy into that and then you participate in that way, if you participate and say, hey, I can't do nothing, I'm powerless, you are going to live a powerless life. You know what I'm saying? And that's my philosophy on
that's a fact.
Yeah.
But because you ignore a reality or truth, don't mean the shit don't exist. Nigga, you could be in a house and it's on fire. You could be in the house and it's on fire. And you can think cool thoughts. you can motherfucking think dry thoughts and you're gonna burn. Right? So don't get it twisted. Don't.
It's true. Empress said 100. That's what Tim said. He's late. It's all right. It's all good, bro. You can catch the replay.
We just trying to tell us all.
But you read the Kabbalion though.
No, so yes, I have. It's all in there. Okay. Even what I just said is in there. It is.
So what I'm saying is, you know how much important the negativity is accustomed to the positivity.
They both exist, yeah.
Laws is that's the way it is. The duality is no different than your light switch, your car switch, anything you turning on that using electricity. They have to have both.
And
so so when I say that, it's no living in this just perfect positive world. Because
that's impossible.
The negative, in order to get to the positive, it has to be the negative. They have to coincide. They have the rank coincide. It's just being able to balance the two. Once you're able to balance the two, then you're mastering shit. You get into the goddamn meat and potatoes, as they say.
You get what I'm
saying?
That's real. Everything he said is real. Like you can't ignore either side, but you also can't try to focus more on. You can't
It's the
always be negative, right? And you can't always be positive. Like there's got to be a balance. They complement each other. You have to learn harmony and all that. But you can't. So many people try to focus so much on being positive all the time, and that's not possible. I feel like more of us, and tend to be negative more times than positive, and I don't think that's healthy either. You know what I'm saying? Especially for things that don't need to be. You don't got to be thinking negative about. But what I'm saying. And when I'm talking about positivity, I'm just trying to help people understand that there are different ways you can look at things. It doesn't have to always be negative. Even if it's 50-50, you balanced. But if you're like 80 negative, 20 positive, you know what I'm saying? That's not balanced. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you're 80 positive, 20 negative, that's not balanced either. You'd probably be happier. You know what I'm saying? You're probably delusional. That's delusional. I think to be mostly more positive than negative.
And sometimes it's okay to be delusional, cause who told um who told the nigga Damon John he can make FUBU, right? You got to be delusional. Who told you know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
like you got to be delusional to think
takes you
that
far.
I'm gonna be a super millionaire soon, like, and I don't know how. I can't. He's sewing hats and shit. You got to be delusional. And so hold on. Shout out everybody watching. Shout out to Candace, Empress 916, Tim out there. Everybody on the Rumble. If y'all watching, man, say what's up. Appreciate y'all, man. Share this thing up, light this thing up. We're gonna find a positive topic one day, but the world, the new dimension we in, the new dimension we in, man. It's just it needs some addressing. It has a right to be addressed. Chaotic. But out of chaos, they said the universe is created out of perfect chaos, huh? So we are in the chaotic storm.
Because we are chaotic beings. So there must be chaos in order to
restore. You know why we're chaos? I heard something and they said we the only animals that's born with no knowledge of anything, right? So when birds and fish are born, they already have instincts to behave in a particular way. All we know to do is cry because we confused, we disoriented, and then you're getting pain on the entry of the consciousness. You're getting pain on the entry of the motherfucking universe, right? So
that's because you're trying to get you're trying to get your story out of a book. When your story was never in a book, your story was always here through memory. But once you've given a book, it takes that download that supposedly automatically come to you away from you. I mean, nobody have to tell you to crawl. Don't you know how to crawl? You start doing that shit on your own. You get what I'm saying? It's only the other programming that comes behind it that gets you off of that connected to nature type of mentality and lifestyle. Because you're giving books now. Now they want to feed the books to you. That's not where it comes from. Right. That shit's supposed to be here.
They call that, and that's supposed to be speeding up the evolution in the humanity process. But again, who told? Again, I'm going back to the old niggas and the Indians and shit. Who told them niggas that the mint plant was cement? Who told them niggas to put the tobacco on the shit? Right? Who told them? Right? Who told them to get some mud, put some sticks together, and you can build you a motherfucking dwelling place? I don't think them niggas needed a book for that.
Well, shit, look at the stone structures that we built, cuz. Nobody told us how to move that marble. You ain't had to read how to move it. Listen, they was craftsmen, masonry work being done back during that time with stones that cannot be duplicated to this fucking day. And they did not need a book to tell them how to place, where to place these type of structures. Far as lining them bitches up with the stars, energy wise, they knew how to do all that. It wasn't until people came with books.
Hey, that nigga Dick Gregory said, he said, them white people thought they were stealing warriors. They thought they were stealing strongmen. They fucking stole some scientists and astrologers.
Yeah, like the jazz group, the jazz band that said they used to play the same song every night, but it sounded differently. It wasn't until they came in and started putting that shit on paper that it made it sound the same every night. And they lost their people. Because people, you come in and listen to jazz, you want to hear it, but hearing it in the same song differently every night, you feel something. But when you get to writing it down, everything's the fucking same as a cadence now.
Mm-hmm.
That's because one set of people could not read music. I mean, they only could read music. They couldn't play it. You get it? They had to read it to be able to play it, so they had to write it down. They had to write it down to get you to believe in things that you would never believe in outside of yourself. So they wrote it down and put it in a book and gave it to you. That's what you're
And they
dealing
said,
with.
and then they took the information, put it in the book. You want to hire something from a nigga, put it in the book.
There you go. That too. The good shit, because they know that honestly, reading is not, I wouldn't say reading is part of nature. It ain't. I mean, we the only ones in nature that's in nature that reads. Everybody else knows what the fuck to do.
They feel it's feelings, yeah.
We the only ones that don't know what to do. But we supposed to be the smartest species. How is that?
Hey, praying mantis, praying mantis eat her mate as he mating. As that nigga, as he putting his semen there, he eating his head. If the shit was written, I promise you, if praying mantis read that shit, he wouldn't have no babies.
Right, he in sex education, and he like, so what's supposed to happen now?
I do what now? She gonna do what now? No, I'm cool. I won't do that. Now they die out, right? So I can dig it. But I understand.
Hold on. We got animals, we got insects out here that doesn't even really have a brain that know what the fuck to do.
Gnats, flies.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? They doesn't even have a fucking brain. And we have a split brain. 2 pieces to be exact. And we still need to be told.
Still can't get right.
We so we so smart, we so stupid that we need to be told what to do.
Man. Hey, look, but I get, but I also get the hieroglyphics. I kind of get that though, because we are like, we gotta have some kind of evolution for us, and you can't get it from my understanding, right? I can't get a download from my daddy of everything he knows, because I gotta learn how to talk first. I gotta learn how to walk. But then if he just disappear for whatever reason, all that whole library is gone. So I get writing this shit down.
Yeah. It's pass knowledge down.
You gotta grow, because great granddaddy knew how to build this shit and grow the shit, but he only could teach his son how to build the shit. So the son don't know how to grow shit, and so that's why he had to get with the girl who knew how to grow shit, so they can come together and build and grow, right? And so I get writing this shit down, but I also get why writing too much of it down is detrimental too, because I don't have to go and figure this shit out. I ain't even got to experience it. Matter of fact, I don't have to. That's some of the internet shit too, right? Because we get to see some of these places like the blue waters and the lagoon in the ocean and shit like that. And we feel like we've had a sense of being or experiencing, but we ain't never been. I ain't never got the country for real.
Bro, you gotta traveling. You gotta travel, bro.
Absolutely. I got a crib now. I'm ready, bro. That's all I wait for.
Well, but the only thing, before we get out here, the only thing with that language is, the only reason why they gave us that and had us reading is only to disconnect us from everything that which we had possession of. Because they had to change the languages because they couldn't speak none of the languages. It was over 2,000 languages spoken in America. So for the colonizers to come in and learn over 2,000 languages was impossible. So they came and did what? Dropped their English shit, made everybody in the world slaves, made them conquerors, leaders, and kings and queens, and everybody else was servants. That's what we learned reading their language. Because and with that being said, you have no connection to your ancestors because you don't have the language no more. You can't even necessarily get the downloads. You only can try to somewhat get it through blood. But we done seen what happened with the blood. It's been mixed so many times. Because that was to disconnect you from anything that could tie you back to the 5th grandma. That's why when I debate people, that's the first fucking question I ask Christians, Muslims, and so on and so forth. Do you know who your 5th grandma was?
I don't know my second. I just know one.
You cannot debate me. There is no argument you can have with me if you don't know who that person is. But you would say it doesn't matter. It 100% matters, because if you knew who they were, we wouldn't be having this discussion, debating about a religion right now, because they didn't know it.
Because You standing in blood. Like I think I told this before too, right? My daughter's name is my great grandma's name, but I only found that out after I named her that.
Named that.
That's a fluke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I never
download.
knew. I had no clue.
Did you name her
right?
or your wife?
No, it was me.
So it came through your DNA. It was
I
subconscious.
had no idea.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, "Oh, it's my great grandma. That's my grandma's name." I was like, "Wait a minute, what? How? When?" And she was like, "Yeah, that was Alina."
That's some conscious shit. That's how it comes. You know what I'm saying? It was a small download that you didn't even know that was given to you. It was just there. Because you can't now to this day think of where the fuck you thought of that name from.
I knew all my kids were start with an A, but outside of that, no idea.
Exactly. A pure download. But a lot of that, see, that's the thing. A lot of that's coming back now, though. A lot of the consciousness and people remembering and so on and so forth. So that's why a lot of the atrocities are happening in the world, too, because it's a reset happening. There's a reset happening on both levels. There's a reset for them and there's a reset for us because we're being reset because we're remembering all the shit that the ancestors and them went through, even though the languages have been changed, the bloods have been mixed. A lot of the awakenings are starting to happen in more now because of the vibration of the earth and the heating of the sun. You get what I'm saying? They cannot hide that motherfucker for too long. You gotta let them go.
So let's think about. You gotta mute your shit right quick. You not going. Like back in early 40s, 50s, families were together. Daddy and mom in the house. Here we gotta mute.
Shit, we gotta get up out of here, y'all, man.
I thought they were the takeaways, all right? I'm saying, like, back in the 40s and 50s, grandma and granddaddy was together. Here comes 70s and 80s, the disconnect comes. The man can't get information from his daddy no more because he in the house. Grandma gotta do so much, she can't tell you about nothing. Your mama beefing with your grandma because she want to go out here and do whatever. The whole disconnect. Bro, but now, like, I know if you see the memes or whatever, they say 70% of black families are dual families now. But, you know, back in the 80s and early 90s, that was a 10%, 20% thing. Right, so here we are. So that's the takeaways, man. My takeaway is, man, unify and thrive.
Boom.
Take care of yourself, personal responsibility, man. Same thing always, goddamn. Don't get caught up in the mayhem, the mischief. Don't get caught up in the distraction, because that's all it is. Distraction. They ready distraction. They're motherfucking sleight of eye. They make magicians for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? And don't forget, they killed Martin Luther King. They told him to go on stage. They gave them niggas syphilis because they was cold. I'm out of here.
My takeaway is try to be more positive. Be 50-50, be balanced. Understand the negative parts, understand the positive parts. But if you're too negative or too positive, you're not balanced. So, you know, try to find a balance. And don't let all the news you hear take all your energy down. Because a lot of it is fake, and a lot of it is purposefully put out to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, let's keep it moving. That's mine.
Yeah. Well, on that note, as I always tell people, man, the movie is in real time. So just make sure you're paying attention to everything. Because right now, I don't really know. I can't even tell people how to feel, basically, because, I mean, there's a lot going on. I mean, and it's purposely being done. So just try not to get caught up in a lot of the shit. Remove your emotions from a lot of this shit, because you're going to see things that will really grab you emotionally, and that's the whole purpose. Mm-hmm. Remove your emotions and live freely. That's what it is.
Bars. On that note, we appreciate you. We'll probably see you next week. I don't know if I'll be on next week because I'm actually moving next Wednesday. So we might have to do it another day. But we'll be here. We'll catch you. Please like, share, subscribe, all the things. And we out. Thanks everybody for watching.